So recently I just beat Dark Souls. Now, how amazing is that? It's pretty great. I'm honestly really satisfied with the feeling of passing such an amazing game, and it's just there's so much with this game that I just I really enjoyed. So just to start off with and give a little background, I didn't know about Dark Souls, like the whole franchise, until Dark Souls 3 was released, and I believe I remember watching PewDiePie playing it, and it caught me onto it, and I kind of liked the way it played, the way it looked, and it was like it wasn't FPS, like oh my god, thank you, like it was different, and it was also known for being hard, and that was for me one of its main appeals. Now, well, it took a really long time for me to even start to play this game, but when I finally did get it, it was probably already a couple, at least 6 months or so old. And I played it, and I remember I thinking it was so hard already, and I remember deleting the game, and then for whatever reason, I deleted it, and like a month later, for whatever reason, I put it back in my PlayStation. I downloaded it again, and I gave it another shot because I was just feeling the need to play it. So I did, and I met some people on the way, and they really made this game better. Now, unless you solely want to, I wouldn't really recommend you playing this game by yourself. This game is so huge, and it's such a big game in the area way, and like there's it's just a lot better to have friends and help because it just adds you can it just adds a different feel. It's not as depressing. I feel like this game has such a down like feeling to it that when you have friends, it kind of helps that. Now, I most of the time I spawn randoms, but one of the people I'm playing with now was a friend, and yeah, I fought all I fought all the bosses except two, and I or one. I have to go back and kill the nameless king, and I found a lot of these bosses to be really fun. The lore behind all of them are amazing. The lore behind the franchise itself, I thought was beautiful in its own, and it really kind of kept me playing the game. So I got decently good at the game, and that's what made me continue playing it. Once you get down the combat and get over the learning curve that this game has, then it's not that much of an issue to just deal with the fact that you might die every now and then and just accept that it's your fault after so long, and you just kind of go well with it. Now, the Soul of Cinder. This fight was a really fun fight. I feel like this is one of the perfect ways to conclude um, a game, and it was just freaking amazing. Honestly, like the fight had so many varieties of he had so many combos. He had so many like different ways he could have approached fighting us, and it was the closest thing to a PvP fight you'll get, except an actual PvP fight. He has so many abilities and ways he goes about killing you. Now his two bars of health are ridiculous. I hate that, but there's no other way to make such an intimidating boss than adding, for one, 2 bars of health and adding as many abilities as he had. He had so many abilities. He had such a variety that it it was almost it was almost overwhelming. Now there's times where I almost died, as you will see in this this clip in the background. But for me, he wasn't the most difficult boss. But I can't be able to really say that yet because I haven't fought the Nameless King. But of course, I'm going to have to go back and do that. But I I remember getting so I remember my hands were sweating, and my room was never as hot as it was until the day I was fighting the Soul of Cinder. And I remember just being really like almost intimidated because you have the music going, you have the fact that you're fighting in the area you're in, like the setting, it just sets such a good tone. And all the how aggressive the boss is being, and it's just such a beautiful fight, man. This game is one of my favorites. If there's a top 10 list of my favorite games, this game is on it for sure. I actually do plan on going back with other friends that have yet to play this franchise, and I intend to beat it with them. Now, there's a lot of a lot of things in this game that kind of threw me off, but again, guys, it's all a learning curve, and it's just, oh, this game is amazing. So this game is riddled with ambushes, and I kind of like that. How if you play blind, you're kind of, you gotta expect a lot. Honestly, you gotta expect the worst when you're playing this game blind. Now, I played most of the areas with a walkthrough, but the areas I did play blind, I always end up walking into the boss room with no Estus, and it's just it's kind of annoying. And then you get to close situations like this one, and it's just this game, man. This game brings so many different, like, not perspectives, but ways you can go about the fight. And I just have to say that this game was just phenomenal, man. It When you finally beat it, and you finally just, you accept the fact that you defeated the Soul Cinder, and you pretty much beat the game. It was honestly kind of sad to finally beat a game that I truly have, like, really like. And of course, you could say just go back and play it, but that was my first playthrough, and I really did enjoy it. And I'm so glad that I was dedicated enough to continue playing it after the many annoying deaths that I had. But it's it's all worth it in the end, because when you see those final credits, it is the best feeling. Those final credits, man, it just sets in, and you just kind of accept that you beat it. And honestly, as sad of as it might make me feel that I kind of beat it, it's fine. I'm glad it's over, and now I can just go back and play with friends who haven't played it yet, and have them experience this game for themselves. And if you haven't tried this game and you had an interest in it, it's because this game is not for everybody. I have to say that right now. This game is not for everybody. But if you have an interest in it, then I highly recommend you go ahead and go for it. So yeah, that was my video, just kind of like just a Dark Souls talk, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by hitting that like button. And if you have any questions, let me know. Comment down below, and I'm out.